Have you ever wished your textbook could just talk back to you? Well, today we're going to dive into a project that does exactly that. It transforms a regular old book into this incredible AI-powered personal tutor. Let's break down how they pulled it off. Seriously, just think about it for a second. What if your book could do more than just sit there? What if it could summarize a whole chapter for you right when you need it, or answer that one nagging question you have, and even translate it into your own language? Well, that's not science fiction anymore. We're about to deconstruct a project, the physical AI book, that makes all of this happen. So let's get into the big idea behind it all. All right, first up, what is it at its core that makes this book so different from any other book on your shelf? Okay, so the whole idea behind the physical AI book is to take a normal, kind of boring textbook and inject it with AI. The goal? To turn it into this dynamic, interactive experience. It's all about making learning an active thing, not just passively reading pages.
So let's talk about the user experience. What does it actually feel like when you open this thing up? What can you do?
Okay, this is where the magic really happens. The AI is integrated so smoothly. The creators used a framework called Docusaurus to put these AI-powered buttons right there, inside the chapters. So with just one click, you can summarize the whole section, ask a super specific question, or even translate the text. And you know what? It's not clunky or slow. That's the key. Every single one of these actions is powered instantly by AI agents working in the background. You click, you get your answer, just like that.
But it gets even better. This whole experience goes way deeper than just a few cool buttons. It's designed to be personal, and that all starts the second you sign up.
So when you're signing up, the system actually asks about your background, like what's your experience with software or hardware? Are you a total beginner with Python, or have you been building robots for years? And this isn't just some random survey. It uses that info to build a learning path that's tailored specifically for you. All right, so we've seen what it does, but how does all this magic actually work? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the AI engine powering this whole thing. The brains of the operation, the powerhouse behind every single smart feature, is Google's Gemini 1.5 Flash model. This is the large language model that's doing all the heavy lifting, from those quick summaries to the really complex questions and answers. And this powerful model is basically channeled through 3 different custom-built AI agents. You've got your summarization agent for those quick recaps, you've got the Q&A agent for when you need to dig deeper, and then there's a translation agent to make it accessible. Each one has its own very specific job to do.
You know, that Q&A agent is really the most impressive part. I mean, how does it answer any question you throw at it so accurately without just, making stuff up?
Well, the secret sauce is a process called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. Here's how it works, and it's pretty brilliant. First, it takes your question and turns it into something the machine can understand and search with. Then, and this is the important part, it doesn't search the entire internet. It searches only the content of the book, and it pulls out the most relevant little pieces of text. Finally, the AI generates its answer based only on those snippets it found. And why does that matter? Well, by locking the AI into only using the book's text, you get answers that are 100% context-aware. This completely gets rid of the risk of AI hallucinations, where it just invents facts. Every single answer is grounded right there in the source material. Okay, a system this smart needs a really solid foundation, right? So let's take a look at the infrastructure that's holding this whole thing together. So this project actually uses 2 different databases, and they each have a very different job. The easiest way to think about it is this. You've got PostgreSQL, which manages the who. That's you, your user account, your background info, your login. Then you've got the Qdrant vector database, and that manages the what. It stores all the book's content in this special way that lets the AI understand meaning and context. And that's the key to making that super fast, super relevant RAG search actually work. And hey, remember that personalized sign-up we talked about earlier? Well, all of that is handled by its own dedicated separate authentication server. It uses a tool called BetterAuth to keep all your data secure and manage your logins. It's basically the gateway to that whole personalized experience. All right, we've looked at all the different pieces. Now, let's put it all together and check out the complete blueprint to see how everything connects. And there you have it, the full tech stack. You can see right here how the Docusaurus front end, which is what you see, talks to the Fastapi backend. That backend is like the conductor,
orchestrating the Gemini AI. And holding it all up, you've got the Auth server and those two specialized databases. It's a really clean, elegant architecture when you see it all laid out.
You know, the person who built this project really hit the nail on the head with this quote. This isn't just about slapping some new features on a book. It's about fundamentally changing the relationship between you, the learner, and the material itself. It literally turns a static book into a real AI tutor.
So, at the end of the day, this project is way more than just a cool tech demo. It feels like a real glimpse into the future of learning. It's transforming books from these static objects into actual interactive partners, and that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. If your books could really teach you and talk back, what's the first thing you'd ask?